Hello viewers, and welcome to today's episode of Career Tuesday. Career Tuesday, love it, I love it. Career Tuesday. All right, so this is continuing on the interviewing series. I love to do these interview series where I give interview tips because I find that in today's environment or in today's world, a lot of people are interviewing due to job redundancies, or they're trying to get ahead in their careers, or they're seeking other opportunities in other companies. And so there's a lot of interviewing going on. And I want to make sure that you get the job of your dreams or get the job that you want as part of your career advancement. So that said, on today's episode, we're going to be talking about, again, like I said, on interviewing. And the question is, tell me about yourself. So how do you answer such questions? I'm kind of hoping you do not state the obvious. Well, yeah, I'm a woman, I'm age X, and I do. No, that is not what, of course, the interviewer can see that you're a woman, and no. So now is not the time to tell the interviewer you're a woman. Now is also not the time in responding to that question to rehash what's on your resume. The interviewer has a copy of your resume, has probably had it for a few days, has studied it. You don't really need to go there to rehash what's on your resume. So now that you can't tell the person, you can't state the obvious, which is you're a woman, nor can you rehash anything on your resume, then how really should you answer the question? Tell me about yourself. All right. The key here is, so there's just one tip that I'll give, and the key here is you are in control of how you answer this question. That is, you basically tell the interviewer, in responding to that question, you want to steer the interviewer and set the pace and the tone to the interviewer on how you want to respond to that question. In other words, you basically control what you want the interviewer to hear about you, because you're basically going to tell the interviewer stuff that he or she doesn't already know about you from reading your resume, or maybe from previous interaction with you. So here is how I will go about answering this question. The other key with answering this question is you always want to infer or make reference to the fact that you are the ideal candidate for the job, and sell yourself. Every question an interviewer throws your way is an opportunity for you to sell yourself. You never stop selling yourself. You continue to sell yourself until you get the job. And even when you get the job, when you're on the job, you still continue to prove yourself. So in an interview situation, you continue to sell yourself. And this is an excellent question. I love this question. I know a lot of people shy away from it. Tell me about yourself, because they're at loss as to what to say about themselves. But I totally love this question because it gives you, the interviewee, control. So this is a typical response. So this is the way that I would answer such a question if it were posed to me. All right. So Ms. Emma, tell me about yourself. Right. I understand that the role you're interviewing for, the role of a campus recruitment specialist here at the engineering company LLC. Now, my understanding is that the role of a campus recruitment specialist is, one, to ensure that the interviewing process at campuses is goes smoothly and is facilitated in a very civil manner. And that, two, we identify very early on excellent candidates. So we do, this person in this role, we do a first pass screening of candidates. I mean, there are tons of candidates out there. There's a pool of candidates. So we'll do a first pass screening of ideal candidates and then move those selected few up to the next level for interviews. So that way, you don't waste any student's time, neither do you waste company's time, because time is money. And then three, you also want this person to be able to liaise effectively with students, basically be the bridge between the students and the company. Well, I must tell you that I am that person. I mean, in my current role as a campus recruitment manager of XYZ company, that is exactly what I do. In short, for the last 3 years in a row, I have been given the #1 star award in my department for being the most highly effective recruitment specialist. And part of why I do what I do is I love my job. I love the fact that I get to interact with these up and coming students, these young students, they keep us young at heart. I get to interact with them. I learn a lot from them, and I'm able to, since I've spent quite a number of years in this role, I'm able to now weave in, understand, the requirements of working for an engineering firm, weave that into, knowledge that the students have and what they've learned from college and what they bring, what they can potentially bring to the table. So I have that level of rapport and camaraderie with the students, and that is key because it builds trust. And I always make sure that I don't betray their trust, and I'm always forthright. So in this role, you want someone who is honest, you want someone who is forthright, you want someone who is diligent, and you want someone who has that camaraderie with students. And I must tell you, I check all the check boxes here, and that is why you should hire me for the job, and that is why I am here interviewing for the role of the campus recruitment specialist. If I were the interviewer and you just basically sat there and told me and gave me a response to the question, tell me about yourself, I will definitely go back. One, it will stick in my head. Out of all of the candidates that I interviewed, your response would definitely stand out and would definitely stick out. And I will always remember the positive angles you drew about yourself and how you can help and what you bring to the table if I were to recruit you as a campus recruitment specialist. So my friends, don't be surprised if very shortly, sometimes even before you get home, you are already getting the call from the company asking you to come back to do second round of interviews. And that is what you want. So don't ever shy away from the question, tell me about yourself. It is an excellent way. You basically drive the response. You set the tone, you set the pace, and you drive the response. And you let the interviewer know what you want them to know. Don't go about talking about what's already on your resume. There's no point rehashing. In short, just ignore your resume for now and tell the interviewer basically what he or she does not know about you. And you want to make inferences, draw out inferences, and make some, bring out some examples as to why you are the ideal candidate for the job. All right, we can all do this. If you're new to my show, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe. We can do this. Interviewing should be fun. It shouldn't be a painstaking task. It should not be pins and needles. It should be fun, but it takes adequate preparation. Just as with everything good in life, you need to prepare adequately for it, and you need to put your all into it. And that goes for interviewing as well. With adequate preparation, with adequate due diligence, do your research, get to know the salary requirement, get to know the biographies or the background of the people who are going to be interviewing you. Get to know, do your research on the company, be armed with such information, and you go forth to that interview and get that job. So until the next episode of Career Tuesday, I say you go forth. We can do this. Put your energy into it, put your all into it, do your homework, do your research, and listen to my vlog, imbibe my 7 tips on how to ace the interview, and you will do fine. Stay well.